Hey there, Soulshine. It's Michelle here, and I'm inviting you to wake up and live. Today, I'm going to start out by talking about, I'm going to be super self-conscious now because my daughter told me I look like a painting in my video yesterday, and now I'm like, I'm kind of not sure how to adjust the coloring. I'm sure my lighting would make a huge difference on my vision board. So I wanted to talk about values and vision and values. That's what my friend Jared, he focuses on. He says that you've got to have um, 7 layers deep. I'm going to start with that. My friend yesterday, she just told me, she's like, you got to do your question 7 layers deep. This is journaling. You can use 7 layers deep in belief work as well. You can go back. You find the belief and then you ask what belief created that, and you keep going back until you get 7 layers deep. And then you do the healing work, and then you work your way forward, making sure that all of those 7 layers are healed. It's pretty fun and pretty cool and extremely powerful. You can go 3 layers deep. You can probably go 5. 7 is a number often associated with creation, so it's pretty powerful to go that deep and to do that. But with questions, yesterday I was asking, and I asked it 7 times. She'd actually asked me in chatting as well. She wasn't able to do any kind of session with me, but she gave me the advice to do 7 layers deep. So I asked, what is between me and what I want? Or rather, I asked what stands between me and what I want. So what stands between me and what I want, I wrote that on the paper, and then I wrote everything that came to mind. And when I felt like I was done, I wrote the question again, what stands between me and what I want? And I wrote again, and I did that. I repeated that 7 times. The 6th time was the most emotional for me. Just some of the awarenesses of the beliefs that I have. I had a broken bridge, and energetically I created a way across that bridge, and that was pretty cool. But then I'm like, my big thing is this belief that what I want doesn't actually exist. So no wonder I can't create it, right? I'm just that is ultimately where I was at. So I get to work on that. But in the meantime, my vision and values came up. Okay, so the creating what I want, to actually believe it exists, that's a part of the vision. You've got to have that vision. You've got to have that like concrete, you can see it happening. And I have an area that I can see this. I can see being a successful YouTuber. I can see having tons of subscribes. That would be so cool. And I can see myself speaking on stages. So I have vision in this one area of my life. And that's where the values come in. And I'm so grateful I did the 7 layers deep, because I wasn't able to see this until I did this. So the values, one of my very, 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 very strong core values is connection. I had so much fun yesterday because I had 4 people on my chat watching live with me and my kids. It was so incredible. And I was able to make such great connections with my subscribers. These were also people that I've gone on their channels, and I've connected with them through their channels. I've asked them questions, or I've at least gleaned information from their channel. So like, I know that Rick lives in Washington, and I know some things that he shares on his channel. It's really incredible. I know that Trending Topics, his real name is Rudsell, and he lives in Holland, and he's from an island. So I know these things about these people. And I know that Anne has 3 daughters because I asked her. So I have this connection, have this interaction with my subscribers, and I love it. Oh, how I love it. It's just so incredible. And then I went and watched some videos, some other live chats. I've watched the sometimes people doing interviews when they're with somebody else, and that's cool because there's a connection with the other person. But then I'm like, okay, will I also be able to stay connected with my audience if I do that? Because I notice that that's sometimes a challenge for some people. They start talking to each other and they're not interacting with their audience. So that was something that I was like, oh, that's kind of a value issue for me. Is that going to be a problem? So I get to create a solution for that. Somebody's watching. Yay. Yay. I like that. Oh, it's Redzel. Hi, Redzel. I was just mentioning your name. It was all good, I promise. So, and thank you for correcting the spelling. I really appreciate that. My name is really important to me. Okay, so what was I saying? I'm saying awesome stuff, I'm sure. Okay, so I have this thing where I'm concerned if I do videos with other people that I won't be able to connect with my audience. So I get to create a solution for that. I noticed Metaphysical Mike, he has over 2,000 subscribers. I'm not sure the exact number, but I noticed that on his chat, when he was doing a live, he's got a lot of people going on there. He can kind of keep up with it. He had to invite a couple of people to be moderators for him. And I was like, okay, that's not a big deal. I can do that. I can either invite people, or I can, when I get that big, I can create like kind of a virtual assistant that's their job as well. I'm on live to moderate the chat. So I was like, okay, so I can handle 2,000 subscribers. Then I watched somebody who has over 100,000 subscribers, and she did a live, and she had so many people on live, so many people chatting. I was like, oh my gosh, like my core value being connection. I was like, how on earth could I keep the connection? And this is something I've concerned myself about, because when I watch these people that have over 100,000 subscribers, they don't have the interaction with their subscribers that smaller YouTubers have. And that's something that's important to me. And so that's something that's actually holding me back. It's preventing me from achieving the YouTube status that ultimately I would like, because I would love that reach, yes, it is a challenge. I'd love that reach and that ability to impact that many people. But the connection with my audience gets lost somewhere there. And that's the solution that I get to create, because I'm keeping my value of connection. That's really important to me. But I also want to have that impact and to have that many people that I reach and to have that community. So that's one of the things that now that I'm aware of it, I can I can look for solutions and resolving that, so I actually can start achieving my desires with YouTube. I've noticed I have the same issue with speaking. I love retreats. I love retreats because retreats bring in, like 10 to 20 people. And so the community is small, and it's this opportunity to connect on very deep and intimate levels with a small group of people. You still get to inspire them, impact them. They get to go out and share what they learned with other people, and it's the ripple effect. And so it's really incredible, and I love it. I love the idea of these small group interactions. But then when I go to events that are given by a presenter, sometimes the presenter is untouchable. They are, they're up there on the stage. They give amazing information. They can connect with me. Like a good presenter will look at different people. And so I feel like there's a connection there. But after the event, depending on the size of the event or the presenter, they kind of disappear. Like during breaks, they're nowhere around. And I kind of understand that they're probably trying to have some me time to get ready for the next section of the event. But that's kind of a problem for me. So it's like, well, I would want to be interacting with people. But then I see these people where, like the event I went to last week, was 800 people. That's a lot of people to allow into your space for that connection. So it's another area where if I really truly want to be speaking to thousands and thousands of people, then I need to figure out a solution for that. How can I feel like I'm connecting and still get that big? And that's what I see with a lot of, I guess that's my beliefs and energy that I get to deal with as I'm moving through. Because I look at a lot of the things on my vision board, and there's this unreachable, untouchable area because you get so big. And then how do you keep those connections, which is my core value? And so when you're looking at the things that you want to create, you get to look at your values. And if your values are aligned with what you want, it happens like that. You got that clear vision of what you want out there. For me, I see myself speaking on stages. But my values, there's a disconnect between my values and what I want. And so I get to either change my values, which I don't want to do, but I may have another core value that I can tap into stronger. Like I have a value for inspiration. So maybe instead of focusing on the connection, I can focus on that inspiration level. And then maybe that value will carry me through to speaking on those stages, because then that's like huge inspiration. That is way cool. Like a receive, give, inspiration. I love that value. So you get to check, are your values aligned? Are you focusing on a value? Like my focusing on connection when I need to be focusing on inspiration to get that big. Solutions. There's got to be some kind of solutions. There has to be ways that I can still connect with my audience when I get big. There has to be. Because there just has to be. I believe there has to be. I'm going to find a way. I'm going to make it happen because that's so important to me. So have your clear vision, get your values aligned with your vision, or sometimes you need to let go of your vision, which is kind of hard when you've wanted it for a while. But check in with it, because if your values are not aligned with your vision, you're never going to achieve it. It's not possible until you've got that connection. You've got to have your core values aligned with the vision that you want. And so you either need to tweak your vision, tweak your values, which most people's core values are so positive and wonderful because they come from inside of us, that why would you want to change them? Oh, I have some kind of a virus threat on my computer. Okay, no worries. So Nate, that's pretty much what I wanted to leave you with, is get that clear vision out there. Vision is important. If you're struggling with your vision, if you're struggling with your values, if you're struggling with the connection, do the 7 layers deep thing that I brought at the beginning. For example, Sean, a big YouTuber, has a friend who helps him during live streams. Maybe that's a solution for you. That's what I'm thinking. As I get to where I am getting more people, I'm thinking that I need a friend to hang out with me on my lives. And even if I just engage my 15-year-old daughter to do that, and to be a moderator, and to help me work. A trusted friend, definitely a true trusted friend. Somebody that you really, truly know and truly trust, because that's pretty, especially when it's your connection, when it's your value. You don't want somebody that's going to come in and interfere with your connecting with people. You want somebody who's actually going to be able to be a mediator with that connection to help it be stronger and better. And so that is most likely the solution for my chats, definitely. I'm excited about it though. And now that I'm aware of it, I know that there are solutions, and that's pretty incredible. So that's what we get to do. We get to look at our visions, look at our values, make sure everything's aligned, because when they're aligned, that's when they happen. And it's incredible. Thank you so much, Red Soul, for watching. I love that you come on live. It's so incredible. And I got on earlier today than I normally do because I woke up earlier and I didn't have to get kids off and running. And so here I am. I have other things to do being Saturday here. I'm guessing that it's pretty late at night getting over your way, or at least getting close to bedtime. But I'm thinking it's still Saturday. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching live. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to let your soul shine big, bright, live, and beautiful. Seriously, do it because you have a beautiful soul. I know you do. Whether I've actually seen you, like I've seen Red Soul on video, or whether I've never met you yet, I know you have a beautiful soul. I know it. And I want to see it. I want to see it shining. I want to see you sharing that light. I want to know that you have clear visions and incredible values and that they're aligned and that you are going for it, that you're getting what you want. Thank you again, and I will see you tomorrow. You have a nice day too.